I'm going to show you guys 3 rifling mistakes that you guys are making that's actually ruining your aim. Nobody talks about these tips, so I'm going to dive into them and explain how they can help you and why you might be struggling if you're using a gun like the AK or an M4 or even a Galil. There's a lot of things that you guys need to realize that a lot of you guys don't, especially if you're a newer player to Counter-Strike, or even some experienced players don't understand this at all. So make sure you guys watch the whole video so you guys can write down all of these tips if you want to be a god rifler like Nico or old Shroud like he was. But before I tell you guys these tips, if you want any cool skins like I have in my inventory right here, make sure you guys check out the sponsor of this video. The sponsor of today's video is SkinPlace, a site where you can instantly and safely sell skins for real money, and it only takes seconds. To get started, you need to log in via Steam, choose the skins you want to sell. Next, choose a withdrawal method currently available: Visa and MasterCard cards, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin, and balance on the site if you plan to withdraw money later. Enter your wallet number. Don't forget to use my promo code LouisCS for a 3% deposit on your first sale. When you have filled in all the gaps, click receive money, and voila, the funds will arrive into your account soon. I left the link to SkinPlace in the first comment. Have good sales. Let's talk about the first tip, and it's aiming style. Everyone needs to have an aiming style in CS2, especially if you watch someone like Nico. You'll notice that he likes to tap a lot. He'll swing top mid and he'll just tap his AK, or if he wants to go out ramp, he's going to be someone that's just tapping, and that's because that's what's comfortable with him. Now there's 3 types of aiming style, and it's tapping, burst, and spraying. Now each of these have a certain scenario that you would want to use these in. So like, if someone wants to swing me triple right here, I'm probably gonna spray him down. But someone like Rops, he's more someone that likes to burst. So if he wants to swing out a ramp, Nico would be someone that would tap, but Rops is someone that likes to burst. So if you want to watch your favorite player and try to adapt how they play, that's something that you can do. But if you want obviously to tap, you want to watch someone like Nico, because he's always tapping around, especially with his low sense. I don't think he's comfortable spraying, like pulling down all the way. Now there is some scenarios where you will have to spray, like if he wants to tap right here and all of a sudden he's getting double peaked, he's probably going to start to spray and do all the tier 1 pro stuff that Nico does. But then also there's someone like Rops who's just going to be bursting around, so if you want to watch something like that. And then most of the other players like to spray, like someone like Magisk or Dupree. If you want to watch one of those players, like the more experienced players, you really don't see them tapping a lot. But the higher skill players, someone like Munacy, he actually kind of does all 3 together. But once you get to a certain level, you can try to master all of those. But if you are a new player in Counter-Strike, I'd recommend to just pick your favorite player and watch them and figure out how they use their aim style, and you'll be really easy to see. I've said earlier, watching Nico, you'll see he's just gonna tap everywhere. Close range, he's even tapping. Like if he wants to run up cat, he might just sit here and tap this guy, because again, that's just what's comfortable. So I really recommend that you guys go in a deathmatch server and just tap around, burst, or spray and see what's very comfortable for you, and then just adapt that into your play style, and you'll be more consistent with your aim because you're always being consistent with how you're trying to kill the enemies. Now let's move on to the second tip that's definitely ruining your aim, and that is understand when to tap and spray. So if you're someone who wants to have the aim style of tapping or bursting, there's going to be some scenarios when you should be spraying at your opponent, or if you want to be someone that's more of a sprayer, then there's going to be times where you want to tap. And I'll give you guys a little scenario here. Let's say, for example, I'm someone who likes to spray. I'm someone who's always spraying at the enemy. The one scenario is if I like to spray a lot and I want to hold cat. Let's say my teammate is planning for cat and I have to hold this because we don't know where the cat or B player is. I don't want to spray all the way towards cat right here, because obviously that's too far for me to spray. So you need to understand scenarios where you need to tap, and there's obviously some good distance when you'll kind of feel comfortable spraying. Like no player is going to spray from this distance because it's just going to be a whiff, because someone from this far with an A1S is just going to sit here and burst you, and then you're obviously just going to die because you're whiffing your whole spray. You need to find a comfortable distance for you, and this is different for every player. Some players here won't even spray if let's say they need the window smoke. They might just sit here and tap. Other players might want to spray it down like this. As you can see, my spray is pretty clean right there because that's a comfortable distance for me. So in order to figure out how to find the comfortable distance for you is literally just kind of do what I did here. Find the distance where your spray starts to get out of whack. So like here, my spray is pretty good. I'm going to hit this guy if he wants to nade window and peek out. Obviously, I'm going to kill him. Now, if your spray is a little bad, let's say your spray is all around here. Obviously, this is a tapping distance for you. So maybe, this distance is a comfortable spray distance, and anywhere behind this distance is obviously where you want to tap or burst. Kind of want to hop in a server, or even if you want to do it in deathmatch, like Dust 2 has all those long range fights that you can figure out what is a good distance for you. But I see too many players trying to spray. Like if I'm ticket booth right here and they're coming out ramp, I see people trying to spray him down, and in reality, that's just not good at all, because you just want to tap him out, because obviously your spray isn't going to be that accurate unless you're just, obviously a tier 1 player, or if you have an A1S, obviously. But you just want to make sure that you guys go and experiment, because even like a position like this, I'm comfortable spraying here, but some people may not, especially if you are a newer player. But if you want to improve the distance of your spray, obviously you just want to pretty much get in an offline server like this and just practice spraying from a far distance. As you can see, if anyone peeks here, obviously all these bullets are going to be right on their body. Just want to make sure that you are practicing this if you want to improve your distance. But if you're, again, more of a casual player, it'll be a lot easier for you to just find the distance that you are comfortable with. So maybe, let's say I am a casual player and I just, drill this one time and I see my sprays everywhere. I know this is my tapping distance. Okay, cool. Let's go queue up matchmaking now. You don't have to drill this if you are a casual player, but this is something that will definitely get you a lot more kills if you can find the distance of when you should spray and tap. So this last tip is very important, because this is a mechanic in the game that you need to master, especially if you want to rank up to a high rank in CS2, and that is baiting shots and wide swinging. Now, I've showed this example before where a lot of people like to play, this angle right here on cat, or maybe they just like to hold this swing right here. And it's very important that you learn to bait shots where you just want to shoulder them, and then these guys start to freak out, they start to spray, and once they stop spraying, you want to wide swing them, because they're gonna have to reset the recoil. They can't just go and tap you, because you can see all my bullets are up there. So it's really important that you learn basic positioning of players, kind of up that game sense a little bit. Realize where people are playing, learn to bait the shots, and then just wide swing them. This works against, a deagle, a rifle, an op. It works against anything, especially like, let's say I jump window. I know there's an opper in jungle here. I can just, bait this a little bit, and then boom, just swing him once I hear him shoot. Because obviously, if this guy has an op, he's gonna sit here, shoot, and then he's gonna have to jump away. And if you just wide swing him and kill him, that's a big frag for your team. So it's very important that you guys learn the common positions, especially like somewhere like CT. If you learn to just jiggle this out like this, you can literally just wide swing, shoot them. And especially if you do hit a nice jiggle and bait a shot, you get so much info. You don't even have to run out if you don't want to. But it's very important, if this guy's opping CT and you hit him with a jiggle and he wants to shoot his op, he has to hide and you can take space. But just baiting also creates timing for you as well, because if I'm a CT, just, maybe I want to hold this con swing right here because I know we're in mid, I can bait this guy with the shoulder. I hear him shoot. I now create my own timing to swing, because in his head, he knows I'm here. He's waiting, he's waiting, he's waiting. Then all of a sudden he's like, oh, he's not going to peek me. Boom. You wide swing from bottom con right here, and you just kill him because he fell asleep. So baiting the shot is very important, not only to gain info, but it's going to mess everyone up with their spray, because they see your shoulder, they're going to spam, they stop shooting, you kill them. Or you can just create your own timings like I just mentioned, where you can sit here and just jiggle. You have your info, you're creating your timing, wide swing, boom, he's dead. So that's something that you guys definitely need to practice with the shoulder peaks. You definitely don't want to go too far like this. If I'm jiggling top con, if I know someone's holding me, this is obviously too far. You want to make sure that you're not exposing your camera to the angle you're trying to jiggle. That right there was a bad jiggle. These are good right here. He's only going to see my shoulder, which is what you want when you are jiggle peeking, because obviously this is too far and you could die, especially if there's an opera holding you cat. So again, when you jiggle, you just want to make sure that what you are jiggling, you don't actually want to see it. So hopefully those tips helped you guys. And if you think I left anything out, make sure you guys comment down below. I reply to all your comments and appreciate all the criticism you guys give me. And make sure you guys smash that like button on the video and subscribe to the channel for some daily CS2 content. And I appreciate you guys for watching if you made it this far. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.